Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Friday night. Hope everybody's having a good one. Good evening, everyone. We have the third storm this week on deck tonight. That's going to be moving in after midnight. We are headed for a Saturday storm. You've probably heard the buzz by now. We have everything pretty much on track. Timing, most areas get 8 to 14 inches of snow. It's probably the most significant storm of the season for many areas. And, I wouldn't go that far because we had that storm with the strong winds and we had the one with the coastal flooding, that different type of storm. But how about this? Most significant snowstorm of the season, and certainly the most significant storm this week. We've already had two, so if you're keeping track here, it's been a pretty active stretch and things will quiet down. Hang in there. We'll quiet down going into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Things quiet down most of next week. Let's start you off tonight with, what we can expect. No real changes from yesterday. Snow starts midnight to 3 a.m. Starts midnight for right along the Maine-New Hampshire border. 3 a.m., those of you in central Maine. So the snow overspreads our skies from southwest to northeast. Snow ends Saturday evening. I think the heavy snowfall bands move out during the afternoon, sometime mid to late afternoon, and we're probably going to see just some light snow on and off throughout the evening hours, potentially into early tomorrow night. So the snow may not come to an end until early tomorrow night. Most areas get 8 to 14 inches of snow. Power outages are possible. Winds could be gusting at the coastline around 40 miles per hour. That will be mid to late morning. There may be a brief period of blizzard conditions for a while. I want to highlight the time frame, 9 a.m. to about 11 a.m. for that. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well. Let's take a look at, first snowfall amounts here. I think most of the area has a pretty good shot at getting a foot of snow. I think it's a pretty good, if there's one thing to take away from this broadcast on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, just think a foot of snow. Everybody gets a foot. But there will be some spots that get a little bit more. I think there will be interior York County up to Sebago Lake, potentially up to Lewiston, to the White Mountains of New Hampshire. I think we're at a solid 10 to 14. There might be a few spots get a little over 14 here. Lewiston, you're probably around a foot. That's my guess. You're in the upper end of the 8 to 12 here. I included Augusta now in the 8 to 12. Yesterday, I was thinking maybe upper end of 5 to 9. But I think this area does get into the 8 to 12 now. Ratios, maybe a little bit less at the coastline. Portland has a pretty good shot at getting a foot. I think it's probably like 10 to 12 or 10 to 13 or somewhere in there. So we'll keep an eye on that. But it looks like the farther north you go in extreme northern Maine, not much at all. I mean, you might not even get a flake up into Aroostook County. But you go into northern Kennebec County up towards the tip of Penobscot Bay. Yeah, there'll be some spots that just get 5 to 9 inches of snow there. Jackpot, I think, is going to be in southern Maine here. Hey, today was great, right? Nothing but unlimited sun, but I captured some of those clouds moving in late in the day. It was awesome out there today, wasn't it? Unlimited sunshine this morning, felt nice, no wind. You never know there's a storm on the way. We're just starting to see some of that snow get into western parts of Massachusetts, southern Vermont. The timing for it arriving here is going to be midnight to 3 a.m. So winter storm warnings go into effect at 1 a.m. Winter weather advisories at 4 a.m. Let's see if this gets converted to a warning. That might get up towards Sugarloaf. Maybe that gets converted to a warning. We'll see. But what's happening, our area of low pressure is making its way right up through the Midwest. Everything seems to be pretty much on track. That's going to spawn a second area of low pressure off to our south. And that second area of low pressure is actually going to develop along the old front right here, and that's going to stay to our south, which is great news if you're a snow lover. Sometimes what happens is these storms crank and they go just west of us. If that happens, we get rain. We introduce warmer air. What happens? You get that wind that rotates counterclockwise around low pressure like this. As long as it stays to the south, that keeps in a northeasterly wind. That's why we call it a nor'easter, but it also keeps in the cold air. So there's that second area of low pressure developing, the one I just highlighted right here, and with a northeast wind that's going to hold on to the cold air. We'll have ample amount of moisture, and we'll be looking at an all-out snowstorm all day Saturday. So this is going to hang around right into the evening hours. With that said, though, I think our heaviest bands are probably going to be morning. And if we were to reach any blizzard conditions, it would probably be mid to late morning. So let's highlight that now. Here we are, midnight. This seems to be timing out just right. Here's the leading edge getting into southern parts of Maine. I think we're probably going to get most of our accumulating snow 2 a.m. to 2 p.m., that 12-hour window right there. We'll get probably a lot of snowfall. I think a lot of areas get around a foot just in that window right there. Notice those darker shades of blue. Those indicate some of the heaviest bands of snow. Also, one of the other big questions I have in my mind is the temperature setup. It looks like Portland coastal areas will probably try to get into the low 30s. As long as we can stay 32, 33 degrees, it's not going to be super wet. It might be a little pasty as far as consistency goes. And, March being the middle of the day, it will get a little pasty, but it's not going to get sloppy and slushy and things like that. And that's good news because we have some strong winds. If it cakes onto the trees and really sticks to the trees, I think we could be in for some real power outages, but that may not be the case. I don't think it's going to be super sloppy, pasty, and slushy. It's probably going to cling to the trees, but I don't think it's going to be a worst case scenario as far as power outages go. Further inland, though, temps are in the upper 20s and 30s. It's going to be pretty fluffy snow in the mountains. So the farther inland you are, the fluffier the snow is going to be, or the less dense it is going to be. How's that sound? This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're still dealing with some heavy bands of snow throughout southern parts of Maine, mid-coast Maine. But here's the back edge. And Storm Tracker is a little too quick getting the steady snow out, I think. I think the steady snow is going to be with us right into the evening hours. So 7:30, Storm Tracker is saying, no, it's all gone. I think there will be at least some light snow, but most of the accumulating snow will have been over at this point. So at some point mid to late afternoon, the heavy stuff moves out, and then it's just spitting on and off light snow right into the early nighttime hours. And it's getting cooler as well. So nighttime temperatures dip back down to the 20s area-wide. Sunday, sun and clouds, I think we'll touch 40 degrees. I think Sunday's a nice day. We'll get a chance to dig out here. So if you're just joining us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, the only real change we made today is we expanded the 10 to 14 up to through Sebago Lake and right up to the White Mountains in New Hampshire here. So yesterday, if you remember, it was down here. We just moved it up about 15 miles for the 10 to 14. But that's going to be the jackpot, I think. I think Lewiston has a pretty good shot at getting a foot. I think Portland has a pretty good shot at getting a foot. 10 to 12, 10 to 13, somewhere in there. But then those totals drop off in northern Kennebec County into northern Waldo County. And then they drop off significantly the farther north you go. So there we go. It looks to be a pretty sizable storm. All right, let's talk about the wind setup for a moment here. We talked about the consistency. It looks like it will be a little pasty, but not sloppy and not slushy at the coast. And not worst case scenario. Let's leave it at that. And the reason I want to show you this, we have a northeasterly wind gusting around 40 miles per hour. So I think we have the potential for getting maybe a couple hours of blizzard conditions. It's certainly possible. I mean, it's one of those deals where you need the wind component, wind sustained or gusting 35 miles per hour or greater. You need the visibility component, quarter mile visibility or less due to falling or blowing snow. You need that to happen for 3 hours or more. That's actually a blizzard warning criteria. And, we might reach that for a few hours, 1, 2, 3 hours. It's certainly not out of the question. Could I see them, Weather Service issuing a blizzard warning? Absolutely. I wouldn't be shocked to see that. Right now, there's not much talk of that. So we're going to keep the winter storm warnings and kind of roll with that here. But you may get an hour or two of blizzard warnings here and there, or blizzard conditions here and there. Interesting note, though. We always say official blizzard once you get quarter mile visibility for 3 hours with a wind sustained or gusting 35 miles per hour or greater. The technical definition of blizzard is less than quarter mile visibility. It's a technicality. We've only had one technical blizzard, and it was last year, year before, I can't remember, in the last decade, because we assume it's less than or equal to, which is the blizzard warning criteria, but blizzard criteria is less than. So it goes back to like 8th grade math. Either way, we're just getting technical right now. This is 10:30 in the morning on Saturday. So the reason I want to highlight this for you here, winds will be gusting 30 to 40 maybe 30 to 45 miles per hour. So coastal areas will get the strongest winds. Best chance for power outages will be near coastal zones where the snow is a little pasty, and second, the winds will be strongest. And I want to highlight the time range 9 a.m. to about 11 a.m. After that, the wind starts to drop off a little. Notice how it moves out. The strongest winds move out, I should say, during the afternoon. So there we go. That's 6 p.m. And we're still gusting around 20, but nothing too extreme at that point. I like this graphic because the snow starts ripping. Look at that. There's the skyline of Portland. It's kind of a fun graphic. Look at all that snow. It's going to be piling up pretty quickly tomorrow. Heaviest snowfall will be during the morning. So tomorrow's our only storm in the 7-day forecast. It's the biggest storm this week. It's the third this week. Sunday, sun and clouds, low 40s. And I think we're back to March in this forecast. We should be in the 30s and 40s for highs, lows in the 20s and 30s. We'll get a chance to dig out on Sunday. I think the maple sap starts running again. Those of you following maple sugaring season, it's been on a hard pause over the last week and a half around here, but we'll get back to it next week with warmer daytime temps, cooler nighttime lows. Could be a few showers around here midweek, but nothing of any real significance. I do think the pattern will become more active again, and the time range for that is probably going to be the 11th through the 15th. So by the middle of the month, I think we have 2 chances for storms, one of which may bring a mixed storm, mixed precipitation, and one of them will probably be a snowstorm. That's my guess. So I don't think we're finished with snowstorms at this point. And again, it's just a guess at this point. I know I know people might be wondering. All right, a lot of people checking in. Oswald is ready for spring. How much? Everyone wants to know how much in their town. How much in gray? 10 to 14, Cindy. Spring soon. Yeah, next week looks pretty good, Mark. I think we're in good shape. If you're looking for 50s, don't see it. I think March is going to be cool and snowy. So we're off to a snowy start to March. Well, spring Sunday. Yeah, Bjorn. Why not, right? Spring, we should be in the 40s Sunday. Looks good. A foot. Yep. We're going to get a foot of snow. Everybody gets about a foot. That's all I need to know. How much in Belgrade? Belgrade Lakes. Brian, you're going to get 8 to 12. I hope you get 8 to 12. That's what it looks like. Yeah, the decline, Sugarloaf usually pulls it off. But, this 8 to 12 is right up to about Carrabassett Valley. My guess is you get like 9 or 10. Maybe, I bet you get 10. 10 if you're measuring, 12 if the resort is measuring. How's that sound? That's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, 12. Sugarloaf will come in with 12. Sunday River will probably come in with a little bit more. And I bet if I had to pick one ski resort that gets the most, I would say Wildcat. Wildcat gets the most in New Hampshire. How much for Hollis? Ooh, Hollis is going to get slammed. 10 to 14, Stacy. All right. Patty, what's Biddeford looking like? It's funny because at the coast, I think Biddeford might get in the 8 to 12. If you hold on to temperatures at 30 degrees all day long, you'll be in the 10 to 14. But if it's like 34 degrees, you're probably upper end to 8 to 12. You're 10 to 12. I bet you get 10 to 12, Patty. When was weather prediction ever been an exact science? Yeah, weather prediction's never an exact science, Bobby. You're right. That's the exciting part about it. I mean, you'll never nail it. You'll never get it exactly right, but makes it fun. Who's having fun? Anyone? Any sign of spring? Sandy says, no, sorry. I do see warmer temps though. 40s. Does that count? But yeah, no, nothing crazy yet. I keep on seeing the same question. Sorry, guys. Oh, you get to play with a big loader. All right. Foster, you must be part of the snow removal team. I like it. What will South Portland be like? It's going to snow all day, Cameron, in South Portland. No outages. I hope so. Hope says no outages. I'm crossing fingers too. Coastline is our best chance for outages. When do you think the next time a hurricane blows through? Oh, Gregory, I hope you didn't just jinx us. Last time we had a hurricane was August 19th, 1991. It's been a while. Oh, Bobes is checking in. Johnny B is asking about the chemical plumes from Ohio invading New England. Thoughts? Oh, we've been getting this for the last 2 weeks. Tell Johnny B that he doesn't need to worry. That's all dissipated by now. And the wind direction has been different. Has been non-conducive to seeing any effects in New England from the chemical plumes. Hope you have a good time up at Sugarloaf, guys. I talked to Brian Barboza earlier today, and he's up at Sugarloaf. You guys are going to get a good little storm up there. Thanks for checking in, Bobes. Is this the last storm? Is this the last storm? Then spring, Joshua. I wish I could say yes. I don't think so. I think we'll get a break, but we'll get back into a stormy pattern. I've been highlighting the 11th through the 15th. I think we got 2 storms in that window right there, March 11th through the 15th. And I want a big storm. I'm going skiing. I'm going skiing on the 17th, maybe. Yeah, that weekend. So I want it to snow a lot right before that. That would be fun. That's a good guess. So what you really mean is anywhere between a dusting and 12. Yeah, you got it, Scott. Dusting and 12. Very good. We'll get more than a dusting. I'll trade you. I like it. Tampa's 86 and 25. Oh, come on. See, there's always somebody that has to rub it in. All right, William, 86. Sunday morning. Theodore, you're good to go Sunday morning. Coastal bomb. I don't think it's a coastal bomb, Christopher. It's not a super deep low. It's kind of like a long duration thing. California. Yeah. California forgot their snow. Yeah, it's been nuts out there too. Hello to Mark and Lisa. All right. Hope things are good on the island out there. Tell the crew we say hello. Nice to see you guys on here. March never lets us off easy. You're right, Pamela. Yeah, March is a fun month. If you've been following along, we've been highlighting 2018. This year's a lot like 2018. Weak La Nina. Back in our winter forecast in October, we said, it's going to be a winter that's slow to let go. And did you see the ice disk? We put that in the winter forecast too. I said, there's going to be the ice disk that returns. And it did for one day. That was just a guess. That wasn't really a educational forecast or anything like that. I just ran statistics and I ran the statistics on it. So it was a higher than normal percentage, higher than normal chance of for getting the ice disc to return this year. And it did. So we got it. Watching in Biddeford. Hey, Lisa, thank you for checking in. I have to work oh man, 10:30. That's not good. 10:30 is going to be tough, Eric. I have to drive tomorrow too. Just go slow. We'll be in good shape. Road crews in Maine are amazing. Even during the blizzard of 2013, I had no problems getting around. Road crews are great. No snow here, Mark. No snow on the island. Keep it that way, right? Hollowell's going to get around a foot. Yeah, Hollowell, somewhere around a foot. Maybe 10 to 12. 10 to 12. Hollowell. So tired of snow. I'm with you. You know what? Next week, I'm not going to do any of these Facebook Lives. I'm just going to sit down and eat my dinner on my dinner break. We're not doing any more. It's going to be so quiet next week. It's going to be great. All right, Carrie, nice to see you on here. Hello, Chapman, Crystal Chapman. Nice to see you here too. Klein's on. Oh, Bozabar. There he is. Brian Barboza. Sugarloaf conditions. Sugarloaf conditions. Nice fluffy snow up there. Low density snow. It's going to be great to ski on. I went skiing today for a little while. It was awesome. Up top. I went to Maple Villa Glade in Bartlett, New Hampshire. And that's run by the Granite Backcountry Alliance. And they go up there and cut the trees out. And it's really great. And the lower half, I was getting a little nervous because it was all crusty snow. But when you get up high, it was still very fluffy. And dog loved it. But he's all tired now. It was great. Hey, Bjorn, how are you? Snow. Nice headline. All right. I like it. How much snow in Biddeford? Lisa says, I think you're an 8. You're in 10 to 12. I don't think anyone's getting 8. Why do I have 8 in there? Well, I guess places like near Penobscot Bay could get 8. Northern Kennebec County could get 8. I don't think there may be many 8s. I just plan on everybody gets a foot. Cameron says, "What do you do, Charlie, when not on TV?" Oh, well, I do updates on Facebook and Twitter like this. Yeah, no, TV. It's funny how the business has changed over the years. There's all sorts of different ways of getting the message out, and this is a great way to do it. So thanks for everybody for checking in. It's great. It's great to interact with folks too. I like this. At what time can we expect the heaviest snowfall? Good question. Good question, Matt. Let's highlight morning to early afternoon. So this is midnight. I've been highlighting 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. Look at those bands. It's gonna be ripping snow tomorrow morning. Those dark shades of blue. Yeah, it's gonna be a good band of snow during the morning. And we're still looking at some heavy bands. The darker blues are the heavy bands. And that's right there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So anytime from when you get up tomorrow morning to early afternoon should be heavy snow. And then it starts to wind down probably by evening. Now, it's probably still going to snow into the evening. Storm Tracker's too quick getting it out. Probably still get some light snow in that window right there around 6, 7 o'clock or so. But it'll move out shortly after that. All right, let's see here. Let's see where the snow is right now. Maybe while we've been talking, maybe we have... yeah, the snow's creeping up on us. Oh, look at that. Oh, a few severe thunderstorm warnings down there. Look at that. So I'm just zooming in directly to the gray radar. You see the radar right there? That's the National Weather Service gray. And we can go down to Taunton or Norton radar. And then we can go over here, and that is the Albany radar. There's the Burlington radar. Albany radar is probably the best one. See the snow coming in? This is the gray radar right here. So, yep, everything seems to be on track. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, I know, right? We've come a long way from drought, haven't we, Jeff? Holy smokes, that's a great point. We've got you know what happens after a drought? You get a lot of rain and snow. Happens every time. That's why, droughts are never an issue in New England. It lasts, might last for summer, might last for a year or two, but we're going to pay the price at some point. Those wells are going to get filled up. They are now. Once the snow melts, it's going to be good. Hopefully it's a slow snow melt this year. Actually, we're heading into that part of the season. And it's funny because earlier in the winter, we started highlighting some years that kind of look similar to this year. And during I don't remember what it was. I was highlighting something and 1936 showed up. I was like, oh no, that was the year that all the rivers went over. There was severe flooding in the spring in 1936. So hopefully we don't get anything like that. We want a nice slow snow melt this year. Well, we'll start in Belgrade. Patty, probably 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. Where we will get the wet and heavy snow. Checking in from Norway. So from Norway, you know what, Pam? It's not going to be heavy and wet there. And Norway is going to be a nice fluffy snow. You should be in good shape there. It's closer to the coast. 10 to 14s. Christopher says that 10 to 14 zone, I'm willing to bet somebody in that zone gets 18. It's possible. Yeah. I think someone's getting 15, maybe 16. It's possible. Why not? 18 might be a little high. We'll see though. It's possible. Cameron says lots of snow up in Canada. Good. All right. We just saw that one. Kathy says frost on the pumpkin. Yeah, pumpkin season's coming up. Actually, that's tomorrow. I'm actually supposed to go down to the International Giant Pumpkin Growers Convention. It's in Boston this year. Actually, I'm pretty sure some of the best pumpkin growers in the world are going to be there. And yeah, it's I don't know if we're going to make it down. We'll see. We're going to go down for at least the dinner tomorrow. Hopefully we can make it down there. Debbie says, I'm looking forward to spring, but it'll take another chance for snowshoe. Yeah, why not, right? Taking the good with the bad. I like that, Debbie. How much snow in Rumford? Oh, Rumford. Let's take a look. Rumford, you guys will get a good storm. 8 to 12. upper end of 8 to 12. Actually, Rumford's right. I might have Rumford on the 10 to 14. Yeah, so Rumford's like right here. Yeah, your foot. You'll get a foot. Yeah, Jen's going to enjoy this. It's Saturday. Why not enjoy it, right? All right, Matt says what time? We already checked that one. Morning, Matt. It's going to be the morning hours through early afternoon. Oh, Gary says, Gary's at Sunday River. All right, somebody checked in with 86 degrees. Now Gary's checking in with Sunday. Everyone's making me jealous here. Brian Barboza is checking in from Sugarloaf. People are out skiing. Charlie's in the weather office, so don't rub it in, guys. No, we're having fun here too. South Paris. South Paris, you'll get a foot. Everybody gets a foot. All right, I think we got everything. Oh, Mary's Walk is March 19th. March 19th, for all the Italians out there, that is St. Joseph's Day. Wear red. A good Italian wears red on St. Joseph's Day. Clear roads, but I hope we have clear roads. You know, it's funny. So, yeah, Mary's Walk. That's always a fun event there. I wonder if Kim's going to that this year. Kim usually goes. Kim Block. She usually hosts the event. I'll have to check in with Kim. I was talking to her the other day. She ordered some Girl Scout cookies from my daughter. And she was the Girl Scouts Woman of the Year a few years ago. Remember that? So my daughter thought it was a big deal. She says it was a big deal when Kim Block orders Girl Scout cookies from her. So I don't know. Looking forward to checking in with Kim. I'm sure she'll be at the Mary's Walk this year. We'll see. But all right, maybe we should end this one with some spring thoughts here. Actually, I got a few more questions real quick. I'm further inland away from the water than Tampa. Thanks for expressing concern. William was the one I think that was telling me it was 83 degrees. How about Gorham? Gorham, Maine gets 10 to 14. Gorham, New Hampshire gets upper end of 8 to 12. Sustained wind speeds 15 to 25, gusts to 40. Might be some peak wind gusts over 40. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think there'll be blizzard conditions for a little while in the morning. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, there we go. Gusts around 40. That's 10:30 in the morning. All right, let's leave it at that. All right, hope I answered everybody's question. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's kind of fun. All right, we'll leave it at that. More updates tonight on Fox 23 at 10, CBS 13 at 11. Big storm. Nothing we can't handle, of course. We're pretty resilient. It's not going to be the paralyzing storm that we can sometimes get every several years. But a lot of areas get a foot. Some areas get a little bit more. Wind, power outages may become an issue, especially near the coast. And Ryan's going to be in first thing in the morning. I think Ryan's going to be doing some of the updates for us on social media. So you'll get a chance to see Ryan, meteorologist Ryan Munn. He'll be in on our digital desk here. And he'll actually be in the evening broadcast as well as the storm system winds down. So be sure to tune into his broadcast. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a nice night.